last time we were working in here, we had two scenes. We had scene 2 and we had our menu scene, and we go back and forth. And I want to show you how to, these images that we have on here, let's go to scene. I want to start at scene 2 for this. Okay, now in the assets folder, we have an images folder, right? And if I open that up, I just double click. I have 4 images in there now. I am going to start populating this with all of the different 7 wonders of the world. And the way I'm going to show you how to do this now is we're going to start from Photoshop, and I've got these different layers in here because I've copied and pasted the photos into Photoshop, and we can go File, Export, and we can quick export, the top choice there, and we could navigate. You could click this arrow, this pointing up arrow, and navigate all the way to your assets folder, and I'm in the images folder inside of assets, and this is Machu Picchu, I'll just call it Machu, and hit save, and you will see that it probably do this little thing, and there it is now. Okay, so let me get all of them in here. So I got Machu Picchu, I have Great Wall of China, so export. I'm just gonna write wall at the end here. So images, hit save. What else do we have? That's Petra. File, export, and get the Petra at the end. And what else do we have? The Colosseum. Export. I'm not sure if I'm missing something. I think I've already put the Taj Mahal in there, and Chichen Itzu, I think is the other one. Call. I'm just going to put call for Colosseum. Okay. And here we go, Unity. Okay, so now they're all in there, right? Okay, so I think what I want to do is, well, yeah, I'll show you that later. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and, so we have scene 2, right? And we have all of these images in here now. We just directly exported them into this images folder. Okay, so now we can just simply create all of our other scenes. And I think what we will do is, well, there's a lot of different ways we could manage this. So from scene, we're in scene 2, and on this button here, if you can't see your button, you could just double click and it'll zoom in on stuff. Okay, and in here, we're gonna, instead of telling it to go to the main menu, we're gonna tell it to go to scene 3, which I know it doesn't exist yet, but we're gonna make it in a second. Okay, and we hit save, Command S. Okay, now we're going to immediately go File, Save As, and we're just going to save this into our Scenes folder as not Scene 2. I clicked it, so it populated with the name. I'm going to save it as Scene 3. Hit Save. Okay, and so now look, you'll see that it's now saved as Scene 3. And in this background image, let's just change it. Watch this. When I click this little guy here, it actually shows where this file is. That was kind of a convenient way to just get here. So I'm just gonna grab the next one in order. The Colosseum. Okay, and if you hold shift while you enlarge, it'll go to scale. So let's just say I want to fill up this whole kind of area there. Okay, and now this button is gonna go to scene 4, which I know doesn't exist yet. And one thing, whoops, I pushed Command Z to undo that. Okay, so now scene 3, Command Save, isn't loaded into our build settings yet, right? So we need to, before we save this as scene 4, I'm going to go to Build Profiles, and I'm going to say Add this scene, Add Scene to List, Add Open Scene. Okay, and then I clicked that and it got to this menu. Okay, so now we have a main menu, Scene 2, Scene 3, right? And this button now is going to say to go to scene 4. Let's go ahead and save this as scene 4. File, save as. Now remember, you have to put this into the scenes folder. And if I just click that, and that's how it typed that for me. Okay, and then scene 4. Okay, and on scene 4, I'm going to go to this background image. Now you can see we're in scene 4, and I'm going to go ahead and do Machu Picchu. Okay, and let's save this. Let's add scene 4 now. So file, build profiles, open scene list, add open scene. So now we have main menu, scene 2, scene 3, scene 4. So let me just double check some things. So in scenes, let's start at the beginning. So I go to scene, the main menu, and let's find that button. So I'm going to double click the button. There's the button, and it tells me to go to scene 2. Let's go to scene 2. Scene 2's button, I click it, and it tells me it goes to scene 3. And scene 3's button, I guess I could click it here or there. And that one tells me to go to scene 4. And so scene 4 will tell it to go to scene 5, and watch, it'll throw an error when we click it because it'll say it doesn't exist. So let's change that to a 5. I'm going to save this. Let's start at the main menu. So I double click main menu and push play. This button should take me to scene 2. This one should take me to 3. This one should take me to 4. And then there is no scene 5, so watch, I'm going to open up this console and let's click this button, and it throws an error. It says there is no scene 5, right? Okay, so you go ahead and continue on and make your scene 5 and 6, if depending on how many you need. And then the next tutorial will actually create a menu button that will just go up on each one of these scenes. Okay, so go ahead and have fun importing your images and creating all your scenes. Have fun.